The Nether can be a dangerous place, and you can get lost pretty easy. So today I'm going to show you how to get on the Nether roof and also break the bedrock to allow you to get back down into the Nether. I'm Alex FPS, and this is Breaking Bedrock in 1.17. I'm currently playing in the 1.17 pre-release that came out a few days ago, and I wanted to show you how to break bedrock. It is the same as it was in 1.16, but I want to make a tutorial anyway for anyone who needs it in 1.17 or even 1.16. You can still use this. So I'm going to get started. You're going to need a few things, some pistons, so 2 pistons actually. You'll need some TNT, an obsidian block, a trapdoor, a netherrack block, or any block really, and then a lever. I don't know why I have 2, but there's 2 there. You only need 1 unless you break one. You could lose one. So like that. And then later on in the video, I'll actually show you how to use an ender pearl and a ladder, or an ender pearl and some snow to get onto the nether roof. But for now, we'll start with the important meat and potatoes because I'm going to assume that you've already made it to the roof. And if you have, now I'm going to show you how to break it. Now I'm going to show you how to break the bedrock. You'll actually need to, so this is the block underneath that I need my piston to sit on, and I need that piston facing upward. And then I'll put my obsidian next to that. We'll put our netherrack on top, or any block like I said earlier. We'll put our lever here, a trapdoor here, and then I want to talk about a few things before we place the TNT. So if we walk up to this trapdoor and we press it, it'll put us in this crawling prone position. And it's important to note that when you flick this lever, like so, if you're not up against this obsidian, like back here, you'll stand up. And you don't want to stand up. So you want to make sure that you are underneath it and against the obsidian. And you'll look up here, hit the lever, and you're going to crawl over here. The piston will be extended because of the TNT. And then you'll place your piston here. And I'll show that now. There we have our TNT in place. And one last step we're going to do is we're going to check our settings. Now we want to make sure that we go to Options, Controls. And then down here on the use item / place block, you'll want to change that to a button you don't usually use. For me, I'm going to use R. And I'll click R there. And we'll hit done. And what that does, it allows me to place blocks using the R button. Not my inventory, R. All right, so what that does is when I go to place my piston, which is important, is all about timing here, it's going to allow me to place it faster if I use R as opposed to using my click, because I can't click as fast as I need to all of the time. So it is a little cumbersome to get used to, but I use R there to activate the trapdoor. Use R again to activate it once more. And I'm going to hit the lever here with R again, slide over, look at this corner, and hold R. And if you did it right, the piston should face upward. And there you have it. Now that we have accomplished that, we can use some ladders or just fall down on our own, make our way down into the nether, and then we can repeat that anywhere we need to in the nether. And this, of course, the roof is a great place to build farms and do things without worrying about other mobs bothering you. But the second you start placing blocks everywhere, that's when things start getting sketchy because things will spawn up here. So be careful with that. All right, so we've taken care of breaking the bedrock. Now, if you need to get on the roof still and you haven't quite accomplished that part, I'm going to now show you 2 ways to get onto the roof. This right here is the portal I use to get in here, and I actually have some ladders already going up towards the roof, and I want to show you what you need to look for. One of the 2 options is to find a block that is 127. So if I use my F3 here, I can look and see that that is the top block of the roof. And as you saw before, 127 is the very top there. Or if you're on the roof, it's the block right below your feet. So what you'll do is you'll place a ladder right here. And if I take an ender pearl, I recommend having more than one because it doesn't always work perfectly. I actually like to just place it right at the very top. You can see where the ladder touches the block up there. And I kind of come back about one pixel there, and I throw it. And I'm inside. Whoop, I was stuck there for a second. Let's see if I can do it again. Sometimes holding forward for me helps. So I'm going to hold forward here. And then I jumped as soon as I hit the ladder there, and I'm in. I took some damage, but I am alive and well. All right, I'm alive and well, all healed up, and we'll go show you the second step, which is maybe a harder technique, and it is a little bit harder to find snow early on in the game, and you'll also need Silk Touch to find the snow or to harvest the snow. So a ladder and ender pearl might be the best way, but let's show you with snow. With the snow, you'll need to find a cubby. Now, the cubby, you need to have your head up against the 127 block. And you'll need a cubby that's just below it, so you can kind of stand back here like so. And you'll place 5 snow layers here. Is that 5? And that is 4. And this is 5. So then I'll take my ender pearl, and just above the snow block there, I'll throw the ender pearl. And I'm in the nether, or sorry, in the bedrock, and I can just jump now. There we go. So now I'm on top of the nether roof. It's that easy. So now you've made it on the roof and you have a way to get up and down. Now, what you want is you're going to want to connect your nether portals to the overworld. So we'll have another portal here on the roof, but we need to make sure it connects perfectly. So what we'll do is we'll do some coordinate play, and I'll actually show you how to do that right now. For this one, we need to find the coordinates of this portal here. So we'll go ahead and hit F3 again. And this will show us that we are standing on, or this block here that I'm looking at is 23, 67, 918. So the 67 part's not as important as the 23 and the 918. Okay, so we'll write that down and then we'll do some math. Okay, so I've done the math, and what mine turns out to be is, well, it turned out to be just under 3 and 115. So I rounded up to the nearest whole number. Now that we've divided our coordinates of our overworld portal by 8 and gotten our whole numbers, we'll go back into the nether. All right, so we're down here in the nether now, and this portal's coordinates aren't really that important. I have a ladder there up to the nether roof, so we're going to climb that, and then we'll work on placing our final portal. We need to find our coordinates, which it looks like they're going to be this direction somewhere. All right, so I'm looking at the bottom right of my screen again. You can see the target fluid 3, and we need 115, so we're actually kind of close. Here we are. So I'm going to build my portal right here. All right, we've got our portal built here. We no longer need the coordinates because this one should be in a perfect location. Before I go through, though, I'm going to break the one below me just to make sure I don't accidentally come through the wrong portal. And now the final test to see if we've accomplished our task. There we are. We're here in the overworld now, which is perfect. We're actually going to do one more and just jump back in, make sure we end up back on the roof and not create a new portal. And here we are up on the roof perfectly, just as we suspected we would. And that's going to do it. That's it for the whole tutorial video. Really hope you liked this video. And if you did, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.